Hello, my name is Andrew Thake from Minds and Money. Delighted to be joined today by Greg Crowe, who's the President and Chief Executive Officer of Silver One. Delighted to have you with us today, Greg.
Oh, thanks, Andrew. Always a pleasure to have the chance to sit down and chat with you.
I was at PDAC last week and a presenter said silver is the new lithium. Is that something that you would agree with?
Yes and no. I'm not sure about the word new. That's all. Silver has been around a long time, shall we say. Lithium has been around a long time as well, but its prominence hasn't been as lengthy as silver. Now, silver is very important with respect to the green economy, and in my mind, even more important going forward because there are no substitutes for silver. You have to have silver for solar panels. You have to have silver for mirrors, etc. You have to have silver for all of the electrical connections in electric vehicles, computers, cell phones, etc. Lithium is extremely important today, but people are looking for alternatives to lithium in terms of are there other better battery elements out there that can be utilized, because lithium is getting a bit of a tarnished reputation with respect to the environmental aspects of mining, water issues, and what do you do with a lithium battery when your Tesla dies? So these are all things about lithium, whereas silver can be recycled. It can be and has multiple uses and multiple new uses coming down the pike.
And of course, if investors who are listening into this TV interview are keen to learn a bit more about silver and to go and invest into a silver mining company, Silver One is a company that you think that they should be considering.
I think so too. Silver One is an interesting growth opportunity. We're not producing yet, but we have some stellar projects, all located in the #1 and #2 mining jurisdictions in the world, which are Nevada and Arizona. We have past producing silver mine that Kinross mined up until 1997. We're looking at trying to rehabilitate that, and we're closely monitoring silver prices. We're at the stage where we're doing metallurgical testing. We've completed drilling. We're going to put up updated resources coming up in the next few months. And then eventually this year, we will go to a preliminary economic assessment on what's it going to take to bring this big past producing operation back into production. The second project, which is extremely important for us, is in Arizona. Very, very high grade results. In fact, they're unbelievable results. We don't see results like what we're getting very often too many places in the world. And we've just received a drill permit to be able to go to test for the location of the source of those extremely high grade fragments that we're finding on the surface.
So you've got great project in a great jurisdictions. Can you tell us a little bit about your management team? What's your background?
Well, I'm a geologist, probably 30, 35 years of experience. Prior to joining Silver One in 2016, I had been the president and CEO of a company called Entre Gold, whose claim to fame was it had all of the ground surrounding Ivanhoe Mine's Oyu Tolgoi project in Mongolia. Ended up doing a deal with Ivanhoe Mines and then subsequently bringing in Rio Tinto as its largest shareholder, and subsequently bringing in Sandstorm, a royalty and streaming company, as its largest shareholder, displacing then Rio Tinto. Still around today, has a 20% interest carried in the richest portion of the Oyu Tolgoi deposit. I retired in 2015, and as I said, went on to restart a silver company in 2016, 2017.
And can you just tell us about some of the key members of your management team?
Sure. Chairman is Luke Norman. He's with U.S. Gold, so he's had quite an extensive experience in the industry, more on the financial side. But we also have a person called Claudia Tornquist, and she is the president and CEO of Kodiak Silver. Very, very experienced, formerly spent time with Sandstorm, and prior to that with Rio Tinto. We also have an excellent VP of exploration, Raul Diaz, who has had probably 30 years of experience. A lot of experience in Mexico and the United States, and we have a very savvy financial individual, Barry Gerling, who has lots of experience in the junior resource market, keeps us in line with respect to a lot of the rules and regulations that we have to follow. And then Ken Engquist, who is with Western Copper, joined our board fairly recently, and he's had a lot of more engineering mining experience. So he's helping us in that potential transition from an explorer to a developer.
Who are your key shareholders?
Well, the major shareholders that we have right now, Eric Sprott is our largest shareholder. He has between 15 and 16%, with warrant exercises could go well over 20%. Other big shareholders are some of the principals of First Mining Finance and First Majestic. Keith Newmeyer was instrumental in putting together this company back in 2016. He's the one that convinced me to come out of retirement. We also have some funds out of Switzerland, Commodity Capital. We have some funds out of England, Earth Resource or Research, and groups like that. We've got about 20 plus funds that have somewhere between 1 and 4% of our company, and then the rest is in public hands.
That sounds like a very, very strong institutional backing. Looking ahead to the next, say, sort of 6 to 18 months, are there any kind of key sort of like milestones or timelines that investors can expect to hear?
Yeah, as we move forward, as I said, on that extremely high-grade opportunity in Arizona, the Phoenix Silver project, we just received a drill permit from Forestry. Forestry is a bit slow to deal with, so it took over a year to get that permit, but we're now moving forward. So you'll see us advancing to getting a drill out there, probably take a couple of months before that's going to happen. And on top of that, we, as I said, are doing metallurgical work on the Candelaria project. Once we get some of those results out, then we'll think about resource update. There's a good sizable historic resource there. And then putting out a PEA later in the year. And then we'll see, where do we go from there? Are we going to move on to development? We have a third project in Eastern Nevada. It's early stage, and we're not doing a lot of work on it right now, only because we only have so much capacity in our company to be able to move forward. And with the two major projects that we're moving forward with, we'll save Cherokee for a little bit later.
Mm-hmm. And one last question. For those that want to find out a little bit more about Silver One, what is your symbol and your ticker?
Yeah, well, we trade on 3 exchanges. On the Toronto Venture Exchange, the ticker is SVE. On the US OTCQX exchange, our ticker is SLVRF. We also trade on Frankfurt under BRK1. And our website, which has a lot of information on it, is www.silverone.com. That's silverone.com.
Well, thank you for your time today, Greg. We're very pleased that Keith Newmeyer managed to go and persuade you to go and come out of retirement. Silver One sounds like an absolutely great company with fantastic prospects for like many years to come. Look forward to seeing you again soon, Greg.
Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate it.